Some objects on Earth are so strange that even with all our modern technology, scientists still don't fully agree on how they were made, how they got where they are, or what they were used for. Today, we're looking at 7 of them. Throughout history, people have built and discovered things that don't fit neatly into our understanding of the past. Some are man-made, some are natural, and some nobody is entirely sure which. Let's go through 7 of the strangest. In the town of Mahabalipuram in southern India, there's a massive granite boulder known as Krishna's Butterball. It weighs an estimated 250 tons and sits on a slope at roughly a 45-degree angle, and yet it has not moved in centuries. Local legend says it's been in the same spot for over 1,200 years. In 1908, the local governor became convinced the rock was a safety hazard and ordered 7 elephants to try to push it down the hill. The elephants couldn't move it an inch. Geologists explain that the rock's low center of gravity and the slight grooves in its base create enough friction to keep it stable even on a slope. But the exact reason it has remained in that exact position, completely undisturbed through earthquakes and monsoons for over 1,000 years, is still debated among researchers studying the site. In 1901, divers exploring a shipwreck off the coast of a small Greek island pulled up a corroded lump of bronze that didn't look like much at first. It would take almost a century of study to understand what they'd actually found. The antikythera mechanism is now believed to be an ancient analog computer, built around 100 BC, containing over 30 interlocking bronze gears used to predict astronomical positions and eclipses with remarkable accuracy. What makes it so puzzling is the level of engineering involved. Nothing else with this level of mechanical complexity appears in the historical record for over 1,000 years afterward. Researchers still don't know who built it, how widespread this kind of technology actually was in the ancient world, or how many similar devices may have existed and simply never survived. In 1936, workers near Baghdad uncovered a small clay jar containing a copper cylinder and an iron rod, dated to somewhere between 250 BC and 250 AD. When researchers later filled a replica with an acidic liquid like vinegar, it produced a small electrical charge, somewhere around 1 to 2 volts. This led to speculation that ancient civilizations in the region may have understood basic electroplating, or even rudimentary electrical principles, thousands of years before electricity was formally discovered. Many archaeologists are skeptical and believe the jar was more likely used for storing scrolls or other materials, with the electrical effect being a coincidence of its construction. But no one has definitively proven what its original purpose was, and the debate continues today. In 1992, a group of villagers in eastern China decided to drain a series of ponds that had apparently always been considered bottomless. What they found underneath were enormous man-made caverns, some large enough to fit several houses inside, with smooth walls covered in precise, evenly spaced chisel marks. There are at least 24 of these caves discovered so far, and they show no trace in any historical record. No local legend explains them. No ancient text describes them. Carbon dating of nearby pottery suggests the caves are at least 2,000 years old. Whoever carved them out, using nothing but hand tools by current estimates, would have had to remove roughly 1,000 cubic meters of rock per cave. And there's no clear answer for why they were built, or why all knowledge of them seems to have completely vanished. In the desert plains of southern Peru, there are hundreds of massive geometric shapes and figures etched into the ground, some stretching for several kilometers, depicting animals, plants, and geometric patterns. They were created by the Nazca culture between roughly 500 BC and 500 AD, by removing the reddish surface rocks to reveal the lighter colored ground underneath. What makes them remarkable is their scale. Many of the figures are so large that they can only be properly seen from the air, yet there's no evidence the Nazca people had any form of flight. Researchers generally agree the lines had ceremonial or astronomical significance, possibly related to water sources, which were critical in this extremely dry region. But the exact purpose of each individual figure and how the Nazca were able to design such precise large-scale images without an aerial view is still actively studied. In 1961, 3 rock collectors in California found a strange geode-like rock and decided to cut it open, expecting to find crystals inside. Instead, they found what appeared to be a small ceramic cylinder surrounding a metal rod, with a structure that resembled the spark plug components used in vehicles of the early 1900s. The rock surrounding the object suggested it could be extremely old, leading to widespread speculation about how a manufactured object could end up encased in ancient rock formation. Most geologists who have examined photographs of the object believe it's most likely a genuine spark plug from the 1920s that became encased in a natural rock concretion over a much shorter period of time than initially assumed. The original object has since been lost, making further study impossible, and the case remains a frequently cited example of an out-of-place artifact. Between 1924 and 1930, a series of lead crosses, swords, and religious artifacts bearing Latin inscriptions were discovered buried near Tucson, Arizona. The inscriptions referenced a lost Roman colony in the Americas, dated to around the 8th century, centuries before any confirmed European contact with the continent. If genuine, the artifacts would completely rewrite the history of early transatlantic contact. They were initially examined by researchers from the University of Arizona, who found the case compelling enough to continue investigating for several years. Most historians and archaeologists eventually concluded the artifacts were a sophisticated hoax, citing inconsistencies in the Latin grammar and metallurgical analysis, suggesting more modern manufacturing techniques. However, the full circumstances of who created them and why have never been definitively resolved. 7 objects, 7 different eras, locations, and explanations, some convincing, some still debated by experts today. What connects them is simple. Each one challenges our assumptions about what people in the past were capable of, or asks questions we still don't have complete answers to. If you found this interesting, subscribe. Next time we're looking at more discoveries that don't quite fit the story we thought we knew.